You are Arthur Mukes. Mr. Mukes, you're charged with resisting arrest, facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Please.
Thank you, Your Honor. A law enforcement officer was dispatched to a disturbance call on April 19th, 2025 in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed the defendant to be outside of the residence with what appeared to be an injured hand. The defendant stated he injured his hand while punching a wall when he was in an argument with his wife. The defendant stated that he had been drinking Crown and requested medical attention to the scene. The officer attempted to make contact with the female at the residence who refused to open the door. She only stated that the defendant should not be there at the residence and that she was in fear of the defendant. The defendant advised that he would leave the location and return at a later time. Later on that day, the defendant contacted Precinct 7 dispatch and stated that he was going to kick the door down at the aforementioned residence. The officers returned to the location and made contact with the defendant, who stated that he was going to kick the door down as soon as the officers left the location. Due to the defendant's apparent intoxication and the danger he posed to himself and others, the officers attempted to place the defendant in custody for public intoxication. The defendant became actively resistant and pulled away from officers while being escorted to the vehicle. The defendant told the officer, quote, "I'm coming for you," multiple times as he refused transport. The assistance of 4 officers was required to place the defendant in a patrol vehicle. The officer notes that the defendant actively resisted for 7 minutes and 13 seconds.
Mr. Mukes, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward. Now's not the time. I know you're itching to say something, but look, I've got a bunch of prosecutors here. I don't want you to say something that hurts your case. Stop. Resist all attempts. If you want, I can give you a lawyer today and you can give your side to the lawyer. Okay? But right now, don't. You're only hurting yourself more when you think you're helping. Don't. I'm trying to help you here, Mr. Mukes. The only condition I'm placing on you now, you're not allowed to consume alcohol. Do you understand? If I find that you're using alcohol or illegal drugs, I will put you in jail. Just don't use. Okay? Do we know if she wants to have contact with him?
Judge, the offense date was on the 19th. We have not been able to reach out with the complaining witness yet.
So let's do this. I'm going to have them reach out. I want to know if she wants to have contact with you. If she's okay with it, then I'm going to allow it. Okay? Just don't. So we're going to try to do work on our side or their side to see if they can reach out to her to see if she's okay with contact with you. So, let me see.
Morales Vega?
Okay. So, hey, do you mind reaching out to the MAC for Mr. Mukes? I'm going to get you a lawyer here for you soon. I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. We're going to have you take a seat in the jury box. Just look. Just don't. All I'm asking you to do, man. Okay?
I was the victim here, and hell,
I know there are two sides. Mr. Mukes.
I'm the one who called them for help, and they locked me up and violated my rights.
Hey, Mr. Mukes, there will be video. We will take a look and we'll see because the evidence is going to point to whose side's correct. I don't know. I wasn't there. Stop. Stop. Don't. Please.
So that state fund?
No, no, because no alcohol, no drugs, random testing. Please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, that's, I mean,
Okay.
random wants to, I we can't. She's have a comment. She's not calling. She can find out.
Right. I said, if you go, the message gets sent to so get a photo like how you get here today.
You know what I mean? So you let her know. If mom doesn't have to be contact with her, doesn't let her know to come in and piss for you can make them bond. Yeah, I'm not, hey, let her know we're not gonna play games. I don't care.
Mr. Marlon Simmons, Your Honor. This was a DWI PTI that went south.
It was for low.
Why for a plea?
It was tested positive for THC, and alcohol, and then just picked up a charge out of Waller County for operation of a salvage vehicle on a public walkway.
Okay, so this case is 517 days old. Do you have an offer on the case?
Yes, Your Honor. This was a 12-month probation since it's been kicked out of PTI.
Okay, so you must either accept the plea bargain from the state or I'm going to set your case for trial today. So they've offered you a 12-month probation. You talk about it with Mr. D to see if that's something that you want to do, because I don't know. Is that the
He's
only
got it.
offer you have?
That's the offer I've made. Yes, that's the
Okay.
offer for now.
So,
He's already spoken with me, Judge.
so you let me know what you want to do. If
The
you want-
plea is ready for right up there.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
and that's straight probation, Your Honor.
I'm going to tell you now that we've repeatedly asked you, we've repeatedly ordered you not to use. So you either don't care about the bond conditions or you got a problem. And I'm going to tell you now, we put someone in residential treatment, kicking and screaming that they didn't want to go yesterday. So if you continue to test, I can modify your conditions to put you into an inpatient treatment program at a minimum of maybe 3, 6, 9 months, maybe a year and a half, depending on how well you respond to treatment. Do you understand? So, and I'm telling you now, I will test you like crazy. The first instance you use, it's not going to go well. I will issue a warrant for your arrest. We will have a hearing, and if they prove it to me, because I'm not letting you go until the act is clean. Do you understand me, Mr. Simmons? This system will not fail you. The agreement that you have worked out is 180 days in jail to be probated for 12 months. As part of the agreement, you will do a DWI education class, 2 victim impact panels. Has he done a TRAS yet?
They recommended supportive outpatient.
Was that the let's do a new one.
Stop it.
Substance abuse treatment as required by the TRAS, no breath test refusal, meaning that if you're pulled over, an officer asks you to take a breath test, you must do it while you're on this probation. No drugs, alcohol, and a guardian interlock.
Judge, with respect to the guardian interlock, client has informed me that he does not have a vehicle at this particular time. So I will respect request that the board allow him to use the portable device in lieu of the guardian.
I'm okay with that, but I'm telling you now, Mr. Simmons, that you will be signing an affidavit promising you're not going to drive. I don't care what your excuse is. Holy Mother Mary comes from and asks you for a ride from church. You drive. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail on a contempt and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand?
Sure.
Do not drive. Is it because he doesn't have a license?
He does not have a vehicle, he informed me, Judge.
Do you have a driver's license?
Sir.
Okay. We are sending notice to DPS so that every officer in the state knows if you are in a car driving, you are to have a guardian interlock, a breath test device. If you don't, you're caught driving a car. They're going to put you in jail. Don't be sneaky. Do you understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. You can never change this. The other thing, Mr. Simmons, is this now will reflect as a conviction on your record. You ever get pulled over in the future, be it 20 years from here, 30 years, you even have the faintest smell of alcohol or dope, they're going to see this DWI. It's probably not going to go well for you. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty and not guilty. I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to send you to this agreement. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Dean. You are on bond for a tampering case, and you've now picked up a burglary of a motor vehicle. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 14th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was flagged down by the complaining witness. The complaining witness advised the officer that a male had just broken into the complaining witness's motor vehicle and drove off in a different motor vehicle. Another witness observed the defendant break into the complaining witness's motor vehicle and provided cell phone video to the police. Additionally, the complaining witness observed the defendant break into his motor vehicle and chase the defendant through the parking lot. The officer pursued the defendant on foot. The defendant was detained and positively identified by both the witness and the complaining witness. The defendant admitted to breaking the complaining witness's window.
What time of day or night was this? Or was it during the day?
It's in the daytime, it appears, Your Honor, but also, like, when you read the summary, it looks like an officer detained him on a bicycle and that he was wearing different clothes from the description of the foot pursuit, that clothes were ditched.
I don't know.
So then they did a drive-by identification of the suspect.
Mr. Robinson, what is the one thing I asked you not to do? The one thing I asked you not to do, not be a danger to my city or pick up a new case. You've now picked up I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case, and I'm now going to put a monitor on you so I know where you are at all times. If you get out of custody, because now I'm revoking your bond, you will go to jail. If he gets out, GPS monitor not to go within 500 feet.
He has a GPS monitor on him.
Putting him in custody. No alcohol, no drugs, no weapons, no going within 500 feet of where the complaining witness lives, works. And I'm going to tell you now, because I don't know if you're going to get out, but if you do, you endanger my city again, I'm going to go ballistic on all of your bonds. Do you understand? Goes with you.
I have a.
Morning.
Mr. Martinez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 17th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, an officer observed a motor vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed. He observed the vehicle brake hard to slow down. The officer then got behind the vehicle and observed it to have an expired registration as of January 2025. A traffic stop was conducted and the defendant was identified by his Texas ID card. The officer approached the motor vehicle and observed the defendant in the driver's seat and the defendant to have glossy eyes, slurred speech, and an odor of alcoholic beverage. The defendant admitted to the officer that he had 5 to 6 beers prior to driving. The defendant stated he has a leg injury on his right leg. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted, a 4 out of 6 on the HGN, a 4 out of 8 on the walk and turn, a 1 out of 4 on the one leg stand. The defendant stated that despite his leg injury, he does work out and have an active life. The defendant stated he was a 5 out of 10 level of intoxication on a scale from 1 to 10. The DIC was read and the breath test strip was refused. A blood warrant was issued and the blood draw was executed.
Okay. Mr. Martinez, can you run his license, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now, as a condition of your bond, not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you.
Yes,
So
sir.
if I find that you're using, I will put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you
Yes, sir.
understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm now placing a restriction on your license. You are not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have one, I will put you in jail.
Yes, sir.
We are sending notice to DPS so that every single officer in this state knows that you're required to have an interlock in your car. So if you're caught wherever and you don't have one, officers will put you in jail.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you understand?
Donna, come speak.
Don't.
We're good. I got.
Don't. I don't want you to say a thing. Now's not the time. You have the right to remain silent, exercise that right. Just don't say anything. Don't. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, Mr. Martinez?
Not a phone.
Deputy Miranda is going to give you an application. We'll take a look to see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you, where you work, how much money you're making, how much money you have at the bank, what kind of car you drive, how many cars, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, everything. And then I'll take a look to see whether you qualify.
Judge, we have that the license is not eligible.
You are not allowed to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, Mr. Martinez, and I'm telling you now, I don't give a rat's behind what your excuses. If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. This affidavit is what you're going to be signing, promising you're not going to drive. Nothing in this world can justify you getting into a car and driving. Jesus comes down and needs to ride to church. Do not drive. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Castillo?
Because you don't have a license, because you're not going to drive, I'm going to give you a portable device that you're going to take with you everywhere you go to prove to me that you're not consuming.
That's what I was gonna talk to you about. I was talking to you about my bond conditions.
Mr. Martinez, in the last 1.5 years, you have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are on your 6th case within the last 1.5 years. There's nothing at this time that you can try to negotiate with me. Do you understand?
I understand, but it's about work.
Stop. All I want is my streets to be safe.
Yes,
And
sir.
if I find that you're in danger, anything 1 iota, it's just not going to go well for you.
I understand.
Okay, do you mind giving an application and we'll have you swear to us?